movement.
Let me turn my mic on. Welcome to movie night. I didn't leave Discord chat. Welcome to movie night. um, help. This is my first setting. We're in Matrix of help. So, actually, here today, talk about Fifth Element. We had a little vote on. We had a little conflab, and we all agreed on that. I did. I. So, for anybody who's not familiar with, I am an anxious. So about card captor is actually deeply. I'm sorry for face palm. My face. So we're on Twitch right now. Chat. Is it in and out? Or is it just me? I just need to actually talk into the microphone. Help. It's me. It's me looking away. It's my face turning away from the microphone when I am talking. I need to talk directly into the microphone in order for this to actually work. Please don't let me turn my head away. um that is I figured it out. Um I figured out that was what the issue actually was. I don't know how I feel about this chat box. I feel like it's not actually working. Um Maybe it's too big. First Element, classic. Fifth was a good film, bringing back some of the classic charm after the flops that were the third and the fourth elements. Thank you. Thank you for the good look. We need it. We are winging it today. Really on a winging it stream today. I love winging it. This is a very fun idea. Let's do. um, yeah. Hello. Um, so I don't know why my chat. Um, so yeah, we're talking about Fifth Element. It was a movie that we voted for on the Discord, and we started our little conversation in said Discord. And yeah, I actually cannot stand up and touch my ceiling now. Um, um, if like that's hang on. That's the yeah. There you go. There you go. You got legs. Don't say I don't do nothing good to you. Huh. Ah, okay. I do unwittingly have legs. Wouldn't know it from me every single day in this. Okay. I cannot do a backflip. I also, it wasn't supposed to be comedy, it was just supposed to give you an idea of the dimensions of the room. Um, I have no on my feet. Now I feel very ashamed. Um, why is my chat not showing up right? The film was a comedy. Okay, yeah, okay. Let's talk about Fifth Element, not my physical comedy where I go and stand further away from the screen so you can see my legs. What are we doing? This is our first movie night, and it was always going to be a disaster. Um, yeah. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll do a quick poll. Who liked the movie? Was it a yay or a nay? We'll do that to start. Let's get the conversation going. I want to know what you think. Or neither. Then we do a 5 minute snap poll just to see. I just want to know what the general vibe is. You can go good, bad, or meh. I think that's a good um starting point. Watchable schlock is actually yeah. Yeah, there's like you could go neither. You could go in the middle if you're we're doing a quick quick fire poll. The vibes. So we can start the conversation. Okay. In with the chat box it's broken the chat. Okay. Meh being mean bad. I think that's fair. Okay. People, wow, somebody's voting good a lot. Um, who's spamming good? Did I let you these away this vote? Yeah, I guess yeah. So generally, I've heard people generally it's all right. It's bad. There was a McDonald's, a very egregiously placed McDonald's. It basically it had Luke Perry at the beginning, who I like find very attractive. That do we think it's Jace that's manipulating the vote? There will be no vote. Um. So yeah, we're doing a movie night chat about Fifth Element. We watched it in the Discord earlier in the week, but obviously you could have watched it in your own time if you felt like it. Uh, sweltering hot today, so my brain's not fully functioning. But yeah, I do think that it was a very odd mixture. What are we negotiating? Sorry. Okay, so the vote's been one for good, one for bad, one for meh. 24. Go. Anybody else? I genuinely can't remember any quotes from the movie. I do think that it had a lot of interesting elements to it. Ha 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 ha. There was a lot of spinning plates. There was a lot of um, aspects to it that I found interesting. There was a so for anybody who's not familiar with the story, it was basically like it was what was it? The start of the movie, they basically said back in the 20s, 20s, some aliens came and said that some big evil force is going to destroy the world. A wild fox, right? Okay, Foxy manipulated the vote. Um, so some evil alien is going to destroy the world, and that evil alien is like a sun or a meteor. Yeah, a meteor was summoned, and in 300 years' time, the meteor was going to eat everybody or be evil, and we needed the fifth element to stop. We needed all the elements, including the fifth element, because the other four elements were in a box. We needed the fifth element and everything else to save the day, to stop the evil alien. Um, and there's a bunch of stuff going on. I think we mentioned before that in chat that um it was made in 1987, made by Luc Besson. It was a Frenchman, um, which he definitely has a distinctive style that I found quite. I mean, so basically, the main thing that I took away from the movie, I love fashion. Hi, Daniel, Nancy, welcome in. I'm also new here. We haven't done a just chatting stream before. we're talking movies if you're interested. So we're talking about Fifth Element. We've really only just started. This is an experience. Normally I play video games, but we decided to do a movie night. We've cobbled this together with our hopes and dreams and some internet magic. Um, yeah, so there was quite a few. It was a very MacGuffin heavy movie. Yeah, there was lots of bits and bobs. So what we did was we've got a Discord if you're interested, and we watched the movie on my Discord channel, and then we all agreed to meet up here tonight and talk about it. That's what we decided to do. Um, yeah. So there's magic crystals which make up the elements, which are in a box, which Gary Oldman's character was also looking for. Everybody's kind of looking for these MacGuffins, and the fifth element, Lilu, who was played by Emilia Jovovich. Um, and she's the perfect woman. And Bruce Willis, I think my sister actually said that Bruce Willis is acting, he is in a rom com, which I thought was actually a very accurate um, assessment of what Bruce Willis is acting like in the movie. He's looking for the perfect woman, claps eyes on her when she falls into his taxi. Um, and she looks like that. So obviously, in the next couple of scenes, he's um planning on marrying this woman. We do have I am on Discord. Um, a movie request on a Discord trailer. I'm not sure what that means. Watch it. I'm not an authority on anything. You can find me on Discord. My name is the same. Um, by all means, send a trailer my way. I can watch a trailer. Um, we're just today talking about Fifth Element. Um, it's not going to be a long stream. Um, yeah, I mean, I have a lot of um opinions. I haven't written my review, which is normally not something that I do. Normally, I Hey, Dakota.
Multi-pass.
Welcome in. We've cobbled together a stream and talk about Fifth Element. We started in the Discord and now hello. So we are yeah. We're just kind of parsing out the plot points right now. It's gonna be quite spoiler heavy because I think everybody opinions on all the various uh plot points. But yeah, it was a MacGuffin heavy film. There's I clocked a trope which was born sexy yesterday because Amelia judge you for. Okay, you've only seen it. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. So we've kind of just got mixed reviews. Foxy really liked it because Foxy totally took voted on the poll like a bajillion to say that it was good. Um, somebody voted that it was bad. He voted that it was neither good nor bad. So it's kind of we're not sure how we feel about it. Some people think it's really good. Some people think it's okay. Um, it's the best 80s movie released in the 90s. I would like to find other examples of 80s movies from the 90s, but yeah. He landed on bad. Okay, so Hunter may have been the one that was neither good nor bad because Hunter gave it a solid 2 out of 5. My rating on Letterboxd was 3. Meh. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel has posted a trailer somewhere on the Discord. Okay, I'll check it out when I'm not on stream. For the follow. Um. So yeah, we've established that there's a lot of MacGuffins. Amelia Jovovich is solely there to be sexy lady. Female character that has the most screen time. And I am gonna say this. Not a good movie for women. Gary Oldman, I was told, was good in this movie, but now everybody's telling me that actually he's very bad in this movie. I may have called him Space Hitler when I was watching the movie, but I kind of want to take that back because apart from his general look, he is actually useless. So, you know, um, and not a threat, and not a scary, just kind of weird, and has a little elephant animatronic. 7.5 for its genre. Okay, yeah. So I think that's it. I think the general question has also been, was it a comedy? What was the genre? I guess was the question. Um I think while we were watching it on Discord, there was like a debate as to what the actual genre was. It's obviously sci-fi, action comedy. Um
Lovely
9 out
to
of
see
10
you and chat,
nostalgia.
Han.
Okay.
I'm off to bed.
Jason's a
Hope
big
you all
fan.
enjoyed the movie. 9 out of 10 nostalgia multiplices for me.
Yeah. So for me personally, as a woman watching a movie, for literally all of the female characters apart from maybe the one with the Leia hair that got shoved into a fridge, every woman in the movie is, maybe the opera lady wasn't, but like most of the women were sexual. But yeah. I'm in, I watch anime, it's not like my genre, but um I don't mind watching it. Not the first thing I'd pick up, but yeah. Oh yeah, so when we watched the kung fu fighting bit of the movie where she does her little action sequence, um, I genuinely thought it was like something out of the old 60s Batman movies where they're like going whack, and I thought like big splats should appear across the screen to kind of emphasize her hitting. Oh, it was cringe. we were we were all cringing when it did her little kung fu bit. Um, and again, she kind of just disappears when the plot doesn't need her. She was an event for a really long time. Um, and I think she is pretty much just the object of Bruce Willis's affection and also the object that's required to resolve the conflict in the movie. And also the she's like every male character objectifies her in the movie. um and like I say, I'm willing to give it because it's the 90s, Hollywood, Luc Besson's reputation, and the fact that he's very French. Thank you very much, Daniel. But yeah, the only non-sexualized lady was stuck into a fridge. Yeah, and she had Leia hair. I think there was a lot of Star Wars in there. I think that there was a lot. I can take the headphones off. Actually. I do actually. That is one thing that I did appreciate. Jean Paul Gaultier was the responsible for every costume on the film. And I also, when I was watching the bit where they're all trying to get on the airplane or whatever it is at the airport, all the women were in these like blue air hostess outfits, and I was like, Britney saw that when she was making Toxic and wanted that. So I was very very in love with the fashion. Again, most of the female outfits are very sexualized. Um, but then again, like I liked everything that Chris Tucker was doing with his costumes. So yeah, Sophia Goss behind the counter, she was beautiful. Um, and she was, and again, this was another bit of the film where we were like, why are the bad guys so bad at planning ahead? Because Bruce Willis steps in, gets on the air flight, and then two more people go to the desk pretending to be him, and it's like, that was your plan, man? As not. It wasn't very clever. Space Hitler's secretary, yeah, like every female in the movie, either stunningly gorgeous or fat Leia. There was one non-attractive lady. Also, yeah, sure, I'm down for that. Kept pointing this out, but I'm pretty sure I think it was like Dennis Hopper or something. I don't know what the actor was. You can have to tell me, but there was a character part of the military kind of section. He kept dying and coming back, and I'm fully prepared to admit that I wasn't paying enough attention, but it's never lampshaded or explained why this man keeps coming back to life after being visibly killed all the time. That was something that I need explaining to. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the whole movie was basically just a bunch of people being incompetent. I think Bruce Willis's character reliable because he obviously gets Lily to her location and is mostly responsible for resolving most of the physical altercations. He's very good with a gun. So he's basically just Bruce Willis from Die Hard being Bruce Willis in a rom com. It's a very confusing dichotomy. Um yeah, so there's shapeshifter. There's guys coming back from dead. There is there's a lot of elements, and then there's like the space opera lady who's got stuff inside of her that he has to rip out of her tummy. Just and I was like, whoa, is this like a jigsaw puzzle? Is this from the Saw movie? Are we gonna have to like? Because I'm pretty sure there's a bit in the Saw movies where they have to go inside somebody's stomach to remove a key. And it's a lot more harrowing than what happens in Fifth Element. Um, well, apparently, according to Aqua, um, the opera lady was she was allergic to latex. Apparently, sued the movie maker for the outfit grafting to. So yeah, mistress, wife. She was underage. I do know that Luc Besson got together with his wife when he was 14. But the age of consent in France is a lot lower. Um, but I would also say that I find Luc Besson a very problematic and kind of gross dude, just in general. But again, I have watched quite a few of his movies, so. And this was the first time I watched Fifth Element. Yeah, it like grafted onto the skin on her boobs or her body because it was all over her skin. I think they paid it out as well. Um, but yeah, it was like it. You know, the more I think, like if we take it as a space opera romp that presents you with just in your face bombast and excitement and like visually, it was really fun. Um, Like, and the story is pretty simple and easy to keep track of for the most part. Um, um, yeah, like, yeah. So there's like obviously set pieces in which we have various explosions and gunfights and things that are happening. Um, like it is a general like it's a fun movie. It's visually interesting. It's Chris Tucker is annoying but also really fun. Um, the plot is just nonsense. Like we say, we had like so many MacGuffins. Poor Lilu is a MacGuffin. She's an object to resolve the plot of the film, and she's the perfect woman for Bruce Willis, who, as I say, after 2 scenes after meeting her, has decided that he's going to marry a woman, which is weird. Um, Gary Oldman's motivation, I don't know. He was in cahoots with the generally conceived bad guys, but like it's never explicitly like yeah. He was in thrall. That's a good word for it. Yeah, so the big unexplained evil is just a oh, Your Name is actually a movie that I've watched, Daniel. If you're I've watched it. One of the ones that I've either watched or it's on my watch list. Gary Oldman's general motivation is to get a paycheck from each movie, and I think in the 90s fuel his alcohol addiction. Um, but in the movie, I don't know. He was forced by the evil cloud. Yeah, there is a bit where his head bleeds. He has blood on his face. I'm assuming because he's in thrall of the evil entity, the entity can threaten him with physical violence. I think was yeah. Well, Gary Oldman's openly like being quite open about his alcoholism, so I don't mind like saying it out loud. Never judge anyone for it, but yeah, being in Hollywood, having these kind of demons doesn't seem nice. And yeah, being on a movie set is like a very stressful experience in general. Especially with Chris Tucker there. Although saying that, I do not believe that Gary Oldman and Chris Tucker shared any screen time. There is also that. So lucky him. Um, hey, welcome in. We're talking about Fifth Element. Have you got your multi pass? um, so yeah, we're it's been a bit all over the place. We're kind of talking, we're just riffing right now. I generally thought that I'd have more structure to the conversation, but yeah. I think there is to be fair, they do lampshade it at one point. There's a point where one of the characters gets a bit upset and Chris Tucker actually goes, "Hey, what are you doing, man? Screaming? What? Who would do that?" Or something to that effect. Like he's like, "Yeah, stop screaming, you weirdo," which I thought was quite funny. Because it was like, yeah. Ruby was supposed to be played by Prince. That explains so much of his aesthetic, but also kind of the Chris Tucker hard with it. I generally jealous of his lip gloss sometimes. Did Prince just say, "I got other stuff to do"? I've got my popcorn if anybody wants. It's salty and it's sweet. Like, I don't know. I'm a bit of both. Hello. Yeah, it mixed swirls. Yeah, I'm actually sweating my ass. Welcome in. I genuinely thought, like, set design, general aesthetic, like, visuals, some of the CGI was a bit meh. But I kind of loved, there was a point where I was watching it thinking, this movie looks really cheap, but also really expensive at the same time. Like, you could tell it was cobbled together and it was like, everybody's just trying to make it work just through sheer force of creativity. And I loved how it looked and how it felt. Yeah, we can give the CGI a pass. Honestly, the bit where she goes out into New York and all the like cars are going past, I just knocked the mic, I'm sorry. And everything zooming past and the taxis and everything. And you know, she that whole visual moment is really good. I really liked that. Like I thought it looked incredible. Like it definitely set the tone. Like all the visuals are good. Fun fact, Gary did the whole movie without reading the script. He owed Besson a favor. That explains so much about his performance. You could tell he was riffing. But yeah, I bet he owed like Besson a favor and was like, fuck. But the thing that really kind of annoys me about the Gary Oldman thing is that Gary Oldman in Leon the Professional is really, really good. He's the best part of that movie. Well, there's little Natalie Portman. But like, Gary Oldman in Leon the Professional, which is the other Luke Besson movie that he's in, I think. I don't think there's in any other ones that I can think of. But yeah, he's really. His whole bit where he's like, everywhere. Yeah. And he's just dropping pills and walking around with a shotgun. I love him. But yeah. So yeah, the general setup, the first act, getting MacGuffin Lady out of the paper room that she jumped out of, like where it looked like tinfoil. And she's just like, zoink. That was funny. She just jumped through the wall. It's just like tinfoil. Still giggling about that bit. Yeah, the whole setup's really good. And then we're on a boat, and then we have to resolve the plot of the movie. And then we have the opera, and then we have to resolve the movie. Um, and in case anybody was wondering, I've got a debate because I've got to say, and I've not said it yet, so I'm going to say it now. The fifth element is actually ice, and that ice is actually Elsa. Elsa is the fifth element that unifies all of the elements and resolves the plot of Frozen 2. She is the fifth spirit slash element. Do you think that they had to say the fifth spirit in that movie because if they said she was the fifth element, then they'd get sued by Luke Besson? I'm sorry, there's cogs turning in my brain. There's a whole like sequence of dialogue where they're like, "Who's the fifth?" Because there's the elements. There's like earth, wind, fire, water, and then there's a fifth unifying element. But they never say fifth element. They just say the unifying spirit or the fifth spirit, the last spirit. They they never say the fifth element, but that is what she is. She's the fifth element. Anyway, Elsa and Lilu have that in common. It always comes back to me. Frozen is a peak. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. So Elsa is an alien from outer space. They reconstitute her from like an arm or something. It's very confusing. But yeah, I'm gonna make there's a very clear link in my head between Frozen 2 and The Fifth Element. They're basically the same movie. Sort of. If you really think about it. Go planet. Alright, okay, we're doing you're doing Captain Planet. We did Captain Planet while we were watching the movie. I did not start the conversation with saying I like the bit in what I should have. I did face. There is no horses or hounds. This movie that I was aware of. Unfortunately. You know the reference again. Sorry for you. But that is also the real fifth element is rosé. I mean, to be fair, rosé fuels my personal. Yeah. The opening shot had a horse. Yeah, they were in the desert. Now it had camels. There was camels. There was sand. There was people in the desert. So it's all connected to Ishtar, which is one of my favorite movies. Yeah, that was good. It's basically Ishtar. Um, seriously, man, the movie started when we were on the Discord. We watched the movie and it started up, and I just went, me and yeah, sure, I'm down for it. Both went, this is Ishtar. Could have been Ishtar. There's just not enough show tunes. Okay, blow my mind. The Mummy. It did start very mummy-like. It is in the 1920s. Basically, the only difference between this and the Mummy is that the Mummy is from space. Is it was in like there was a sarcophagus, wasn't there? Yeah, so basically Warren Beatty, Dustin Hoffman were actually the fifth element in Ishtar. Elaine May should have got more money then. I feel like Luc Besson saw Ishtar and went, I want that. But then Jean Paul Gaultier was like, but I've got all this space stuff in my closet. So yeah. There was a key, there was a whole. I think I say it looked really good. The opening was pretty funny, and the aliens looked very Doctor Who, and it really did have a really good start. It just kind of, and like you say, if I just solely rate it on visuals and like vibes, it is actually a fun movie, and I did like it for that. But then I every female character apart from Fat Leia is sexualized. Bruce Willis is looking for the perfect woman and he's acting like he's in a rom-com, but he also can shoot guns. And he wants to marry the perfect woman, even though he has no consideration for who she is as a person, because why would that matter? Um, and why would the perfect woman want to be with Bruce Willis, even though he's Bruce Willis in the 90s and Bruce Willis in the 90s is dead fit? Don't get me wrong, I never said that. But, why would the perfect woman want to be with Bruce Willis? He's just about to lose his job and his mum hates him. He's got mummy issues. Red flag. And he lives in an apartment. He cares more about his cat. And then he won a space trip to Hawaii, which I feel like that's like a machination to try and get him into a location with Lilu, but it's very cobbled together. It's very rushed. I don't know why nobody just thought, let's take the woman, just do anything. Why don't we just bribe Bruce Willis to take her to the said location? Why doesn't somebody just slip in there and offer him a shit ton of money? He's broke. I think at some point somebody does. I think the army guy wants to do that, but they're trying to do it through manipulation, which again is stupid because the guy is broke. Did they try? Is that when he stuck them in the fridge? They hid it as a prize to do it covert. Okay. It seemed like a lot of extra work on their part. Yeah, and then Chris Tucker's radio show's involved somehow, tenuously, in order to get Chris Tucker involved in the movie. When you break down the plot, like I say, if it's vibes, if it's vibes and visuals, it's a great movie. If you start parsing out the plot and the story and what everything's happening and as to why, I don't like it. I think, yeah. I mean, this is it. It's all kind of, it's there, but it's not there, and it's not. Some things we spend a lot of time watching Mila Jovovich not wear much clothes and get undressed, and all the male characters looking at her and then not looking at her. But then I don't know the general trajectory of what the. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Maybe it's my fault. Just hope the drugs have kicked in by an hour or two. Yeah, just take your edible at the appropriate time before you put it on. I'm just moving my hand around just for visual interest. I feel like just my face and webcam is boring otherwise. And I'm really happy with this manicure, so yeah. So I liked it. I didn't love it. I did like it. And I think the general vibe, I think people said in chat that they were disappointed by it. I think that lots of people are quite nostalgic for it. Um, there was the choke that was Gary Oldman in his office, and the Ian Holm priest guy. There was a whole debate about technology doing everything for people. Yeah. Um, but his technology couldn't save him when he was choking on a cherry. That was quite a philosophical moment. But then he opens up his desk and there's a weird little elephant thing in a cubby who can't help him. And all I'm looking at is the weird Muppet thing that's really creepy. And I can't get past that to listen to to whatever is being said in that moment. I was like, why is the elephant thingy? Yeah. Yeah, his persona is useless. But then later on, without any kind of like um ceremony, they've just got the weird pet sat on his neck while he's talking. Like it's obviously his pet, but like they don't outright like apart from those two individual moments. Honestly, I will say like the visuals, I was willing to give the CGI a pass. I think it looked really good for what it was, and I think that they like I genuinely think for the way that the movie was presenting everything, I genuinely think that the visuals were just pretty much perfect within itself. Like I think everything tied together really well. So I think even like 90s CGI, I'm willing to say that that was really good. Like the sets and the prop work, everything. I mean, some of the sets look like all of the sets looked really like everything was great. I just again, I guess it comes back down to when I watch a movie, I get satisfaction out of well written characters. We didn't have any well written characters. We had funny characters like Chris Tucker. We had Bruce Willis being soft boy Bruce Willis with a gun. He just wants to find love. There's the moment where she's unconscious on the sofa and he's like, I'm gonna kiss this unconscious woman. And then he does it, and then he immediately, and she slaps him, and immediately he's like, yeah, yeah, shouldn't have done that, shouldn't have done that, that was creepy ass. And I was like, dude, just because you're Bruce Willis does not mean you can go around unconscious women. No. And he knew he was being naughty. Why would you? I mean, she didn't like it, so that's fine. But then I'm supposed to believe from that point on that there's burgeoning sexual chemistry between these two characters. And apart from Bruce Willis effectively ogling her, I never once felt like these two people belong together because I just have so many issues with it. I just don't like it. It's kind of gross. And if you want me to buy into that romance, she needs to not be born sexy yesterday. It's just gross. That trope is gross. It's gross. Anyway, not a good action movie nor a good comedy. I think it's a good space opera. And I think people have pointed out that there is not enough of those. I do think that there's something to be said. I think I said when we were watching it, it's camp. I think camp is the highest compliment that I can give it. Well, it is the love element in the end because they do all the kissing to get the thing working at the end, and then they finish the film. You know, yeah, they do. Their kissing ultimately is the climactic emotional apex of the movie. Ugh. I didn't like it. To awaken Holy, to stop Meteor, to kill the Death Star. I actually kind of liked it because it looked um. Is that what they were doing? God, this movie's more French than I thought it was. Um. Okay. Um. The fifth element is the ladies that we kissed along the way, I guess. Ew. The power of love, that was from love, deep in my soul. Etc. If they'd played that when they were kissing, I'd have liked it more. Is it Sonic? Does it all tie back to Sonic? I knew it. You'll need to put that cover in the music if I can to it, because make love my goal. But yeah. Um yeah. It all comes back to Sonic. I do genuinely think that the pulsing planet meteor thing was actually like the Death Star because it was star, but it was also gonna do death, so it's kind of like the Death Star, but like you get me? You get me. There is 7 element emeralds. Sorry, Vivi. I elbowed Vivi in the face. Uh I'm trying to think of something witty to say right now. Going well. I thought so. I thought that was a good call back. Like it's I think every sci-fi movie is gonna be like compared to Star Wars. I don't think we can go scene by scene, but if you want to throw out like memorable scenes for you, I'll see if I can remember them. You can do that. Because there was a memorable scene was when they're taking off on the plane slash rocket slash wherever they're going to the Hawaii thing, and I made a joke that it looked like Austin Powers because the the rocket launches and it all goes, and that's a visual representation of what Chris Tucker was doing. Yeah, hostess lady. And yeah, I immediately thought of Austin Powers when that. That's also very 90s. I don't know, was it before that? Was Austin Powers before or after that? I mean, the movie's very horny, and it's horny from a male perspective, a straight man perspective. Basically, everybody objectifies Lilu. Women be having all of the um they're just women are just sex objects throughout that movie, man. It's the horniest movie. It's but again, I'm coming back around to it. It's French. Luc Besson. He's a horny French man. So yeah. Um he's a horny French man. I mean, Chris Tucker, I mean apparently Prince was supposed to play his character, but Chris Tucker with his toilet roll hairstyle was very suggestive. So yeah, there's a trope called Born Sexy yesterday. It's like you can if you look it up, there's like a list of movies that that kind of use this trope where grown ass men fall in love. It's normally women. Um Grown ass men fall in love with women who have were literally born yesterday for whatever plot contrivance. Need the man to both guide her through this world and also objectify her relentlessly and want to have sex with her. And it's supposed to be romantic because they build their relationship off the fact that the woman is helpless, but also physically, sexually attractive to the man. And the man's like, this woman is in my care, and she don't know nothing else. She's got no experience of any other human interaction. Um, just the implication, you know, born sexy yesterday. But she does. She doesn't know any better. She can't help it. She's so sexy. She doesn't even know it. She's not even trying. Not like all those women who make themselves sexy. Yeah, it's basically, yeah, it's a power dynamic. It's the man is in control of the situation. The woman is an object for him to possess and have his way. And I don't find that relationship dynamic either healthy or entertaining because, again, it's infantilizing a woman and it puts, like, it doesn't look at anything from her perspective. Her perspective is basically wiped clean, done know nothing. She was a cent. So, like, I think the whole thing, like her character, she's just there as an object. She's either there as an object to serve the plot as a MacGuffin, as the fifth element, or she's there to be objectified by the men. She's two things, and both of them are things. They're not. Her character is just not. I mean, they do try. They get her to learn about the world and how the world is full of pain, and she cries a bit about it and she learns how to say multipass. Those are her character development. but she doesn't really. She never says like a full sentence. She never actually physically gives the any explanation as to how she's feeling about anything. I don't know how she feels about anything. I don't care about how Bruce Willis feels about her. He's gross. But yeah, this is a whole Deirdre setup. Yeah, it's very Deirdre. It makes me feel like Deirdre. I mean, if she's like, Lily writes to Deirdre and goes, "This man met me. I was born yesterday, and this man wants to marry me. I don't know any other men. Everybody else is chasing me. I've been running around in my undercrackers for a bit. The only other dude that's ever had a conversation with me is a priest. And me and him communicate quite effectively because he knows my language, but Bruce Willis doesn't know how to talk to me. But he's old, so I'm not going to have a relationship with him. What did I get with Bruce Willis? Oh yeah, it's super sexy when a woman can't speak in full sentences and needs a man. And then obviously they give her the kung fu scene so that she can show that she's got her own agency and power, but then she's also knocked out and needs saving. So she fights a room full of goons just as an example that she could defend herself. And because she read an article about ninjutsu, it was very Matrix. She looks it up on the um, but then she also needs saving, and it's only used in the sense that, hey, look at her, she's cool and badass as well. I don't think it was ever like for the purpose of developing her character. Yeah, I say the word undercrackers, but yeah. Humanity isn't worth saving due to war, and she was talked about that by Sick and Instant. Yeah, I mean, humanity kills each other and has wars, and it's really gross and it's really disgusting. But wait, Bruce Willis is going to stick his tongue down your throat. That'll prove to you that humans are worth saving. Love conquers all. Yeah, the whiff bin wallet. Mac. Bang fight. Yeah, that one. I genuinely did think it was from straight out of the season. I mean, but again, I'm going to give early 90s choreography a bit of a like, again, we've been spoiled recently with action flicks. The action, unless you're doing a specifically action movie back when, was not good. War made her cry. War made her sad. Bruce Willis's dick saved the day. That's basically it. That's the plot. That's their romance in a nutshell, and that's where my issues with the movie stem from, because I do not, for any fact, I just don't believe in their romance. I don't believe that they belong together. I don't believe that their love would save the universe. Why would the love of a man, whatever, and this infantilized child woman who's got boobies, why would their love be the love that saves the universe? That's so wrong. Give me actual, like, if you want it to be romantic, it has to, like, if love is going to save the universe, I need more. I need a better love story, because that love saving the universe is gross. Yeah, well, the movie noticed that she had boobies. The movie pointed out many times she has boobies. We saw more of her boobies. Like, that day I watched the movie, I saw her boobies more than I saw my own boobies. And I was looking at her boobies. Anyway, that was too much. Mm. Ripley didn't have to put up with this nonsense. Speaking of people running around as their undercrackers, sci-fi saving the world in a sci-fi. But then, like, I think that's what annoys me. Like, you either have Ripley or you have Lulu. There is no female characters in sci-fi movies are fucked up. But again, this is me sitting on my feminist high horse, telling you the romance in this movie is unhealthy, telling you born sexy yesterday and we should think that's gross. But if you get something out of this movie and you enjoyed it, fun, and as I said, visuals are fucking great. I loved the outfits. I loved a lot about it. Sound and visuals, top notch. The romance the whole plot hinges on is disgusting, and I don't like. Can't come back to the movie in that sense. There's a lot. I mean, there's so much going on, um, and I think it's like a sensory overload at certain points. Like there's so much going on in the movie, and it's enjoyable. And again, we can all sit and we can all laugh and we can say all that stuff. But I do think the second that you actually interrogate what's going on, to why and who am I rooting for, what do I care about, Chris Tucker. I just, it's like, yeah, yeah. Well, Leon, and this is something that I read a lot later on. Luke Besson originally wanted it to be straight romance between um Leon the professional and Natalie Portman's 14-year-old character. He wanted it to be a straight romance. And the lead actor, I can't remember his name, was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not in love with her like that. I don't know. And he just wouldn't do it. So they had to like edit the movie around that. Yeah, they had to cut, yeah. So, and Natalie Portman herself said that she genuinely feels very uncomfortable about that movie. Um, she's great in the movie. And like I say, I genuinely respect the actor for going, nah, I'm not doing that with her. Um, but yeah, so there's like a director's edit, I think. There's like a director's cut where it's actually a bit more explicit as to what the intention was between the two characters. And yeah, making him simple and childlike to kind of ease the fact that these two characters have a connection, and the connection is that they're both lonely and they both have childlike, you know, the it's walking a fine line is Leon the professional. And it's only because the director was like they basically worked hard to make sure that it didn't come across the way that the director wanted it to. And that's why Luke Besson is gross. Yeah, okay. Hard Candy is the one with Elliot Page, right? But yeah. I'll have to update the list. If anybody has any movies to add to the list, please put it on the Discord. We'll do a vote. We will do a vote. Um I will. So yeah, I mean this is just gonna be like a short stream. I genuinely need to get out of this room. Sweating. If you cannot see my face, it's red. I can see it. Sweating my head off. So yeah. I will probably be winding this up quite soon. Just a short little stream. I will be back tomorrow night doing whatever is voted for on the Discord vote. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna vote either way. Yeah, my head's starting to hurt. But yeah, I think Fifth Element, like my general thoughts are, looks great, tastes weird, doesn't taste bad. Not a looks good, tastes bad movie, which is my general comment for movies that I think look great, but I just hate just that it's for. Um, quite a few Christopher Nolan movies on that list. Looks good, tastes bad is my Quinna rating for movies that I think look good, but I don't like. But I need to make a like list of those movies. Um, looks good, tastes weird, bit crunchy, bit French man. Like I say, I've got very conflicted feelings on Luke Besson. As we've said, not a great dude. It's a horny ass movie. It's a fun movie. It's worth watching. Yeah, we should get a frog scale. We should get things you can eat, things you movie scale. Um we should get Quinner in on this shit. Um yeah, I don't regret watching Fifth Element. I very much enjoyed the movie. It was a laugh. Um it was an experience and I'm glad that everybody voted for it. So thank you. Helped us make that decision. Um thank you also for sticking with me. I genuinely wasn't sure tonight and then you did and then you stuck with me while I got set up for a stream and we put ourselves out into the ether. And we're making new friends and it's out. This is first time doing just chatting stream. Uh, New experience for me. Um, yeah. So this was a nice experiment. Well, we'll try and I'll get better at the watch party aspect of it later. I'll try and organize it a bit better next time. So, um, yeah. So what'll happen is it's kind of like I'm hoping like monthly maybe. So what we'll do is we'll have a vote for the next movie. I'll pick a selection, put up a poll, wait a week, and then we'll arrange dates and have you towards the end of July. So the next movie around the end. I think I'm gonna start doing a month. Um, yeah, I don't know whether you want me to do it in the Discord channel or if you want me to do it on stream. Maybe I can get the microphones working time and we can all chat together. Um, it's up to you, I guess. Talk about it. Like I say, this is my doing anything like this. It feels different, feels fun. Um, Obviously, I'll still be playing video games. We've got lots of video games. I'm like 3 trophies off my platinum on Claire Obscure. So, and my husband's finished the game. So, once I've got that platinum, I'll start learning speed. Watch this space, Claire Obscure speed run. I won't be streaming. Good finish, so we can all talk about it. Very fun. I've literally got to get a character to level 9 and find all of the journey. And I know one of them's behind a super boss. Those are my 3 trophies I need to get now. Um, Characters are like level 90, and I'd say it'd take me days. But obviously, I've got a stream tomorrow night, which will be a video game. Vote on the Discord if you want that. Aqua, I'm just winding it up now. So sorry. Um, but yeah, we will be back on um tomorrow night. Um, I'm gonna be honest, real life stuff's been pretty heavy recently, but it's gonna lighten up this week. Um, I don't have things happening that are gonna disrupt me. I appreciate you, really do. It's good to know that we have this lovely community, and I'm so happy that I can talk movies with you guys, games with you guys, and just chat shit with you guys. So we'll keep the movie night going. I'll keep the votes going. I'll get something set up. I appreciate all of your involvement. Again, if you're sitting around, okay. It does feel like if it feels like a scary but lovely thing that I've done today. So thank you so much for being here with me. I'm still talking. We will catch up. Um, yeah. Um, I I think it's gonna be fun. I am not gonna go touch my ceiling again. I don't. gonna see legs today. I'm gonna raid. I'm not getting up. You don't really see me do that. Java's on. We'll go. Yay. It's been fun. I'm gonna go see Java. Um, stream tomorrow night. Video game tomorrow night. Movie night stuff will be on the Discord. Stay awesome, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being generally so wonderful. Again, past few days been really difficult, and knowing that I can come on watch a movie isn't about it, even though it's kind of different for me. It's kind of amazing too. I really think that you're all. We can do it again sometime. Don't be a stranger. It's awesome. I will see you tonight.